Duke. I'm waiting to call the bookies now. That's off the record. That's off the record, Tim. Wisconsin's favored by 1. That's off the record.
Are they really? I think Vegas knows.
Coach K 0-3 in championship games against number 1 seeds.
Wow, man.
I'm talking about.
How about that?
That means he's due.
Wow.
With an average loss.
That's a scoop right there now. You got way too much time. Could you get married or something? You need a wife or something. I mean, make sure y'all print that for Kay. Her name is Kay.
And we were treated on her.
I mean, that is some deep research. All right, hope y'all had a good Easter. What's up this week with you guys? You think?
Just anything you want to hone in the last several days?
Well, first of all, I was very encouraged by today, just how they came to work. Today was a tough practice. We had we gave them Thursday and Friday off for the Easter weekend, and really challenged them right out of the gate today with a little competitive drill to kind of start it off and set the tempo for the practice. But finished with a half scrimmage type of situation at the end of practice. And, got into some short yards in 2 minutes. Just continuing to just put them in situations so we can evaluate them and develop them. I thought it was a better day today for the offense, for sure, than what I thought they did last Wednesday. Short yardage was much better offensively. They won the drill. Just our defense, even though they've given up some plays here and there, it's still about points. And I like how they're competing down in the red zone. It's been a good group. I mean, I'm pleased with some of the veteran guys. A guy like DJ Reader, we've had a hard time blocking DJ Reader. And I really am encouraged by just how he's come to work, his attitude, same thing with Shaq. Those two guys are really, making their presence known. I see Carlos Watkins greatly improving, kind of getting back to where we know he can be, and then Dodd has been a very, very consistent player for us all spring. So some of those veteran guys, and then I'm starting to see our offensive line come together. Of the first two groups, I really like kind of how they're penciled in there with Battle and Mack and Norton and Crowder and Gore with that first group, and Mitch and Falcinelli in there at center. We've got Hearn in there at guard, and Frew Morgan over at right tackle, and Maverick Morris at right guard. It's just those 10 guys have really kind of solidified themselves in there, and it's brought some good competition and good consistency, in the trenches. And then I think our young quarterbacks are getting better. I mean, I'm very, very encouraged. I was talking to the team today after practice. I mean, it's not easy to come out here and come right out of high school and come out here and get the amount of work that they're getting with the type of monsters we got over on defense, screaming off the edge and blitzing up the middle and things like that. And they have improved all spring long. I thought both of them had, two of their best days today. So just there's a lot of good encouraging things. I mean, we're still right now just a group that's trying to put it together, but I think we got the makings, if we can put it together to be a good football team.
Learning anything else of that other cornerback spot opposite McKenzie?
Just that we're talented and competitive. I think Cordray is. I think right now I think he's. I give him the nod based on what I saw in practice today. Mm-hmm. But I love what Ryan Carter didn't have his best day today. But I love the spring that he's had. I love what I'm seeing out of Adrian Baker. I think Adrian Baker is still a kid that just is all in front for him as he continues to develop physically. And same thing with Edmond. I mean, they kind of all have little, if you could just kind of pick and choose and put some things that you like from each one together in one guy, it'd be great. But, because some do this better and he does that better. But I think right now, just total package, I think Cordray you know, if we played today, probably the guy to run out there, but it's really competitive all over the field in that on that back end.
Is Hunter Renfro going to be consistent enough to challenge Teasdall at punter?
I don't know if he'll be consistent enough to challenge him as the starting punter, but he's going to be consistent enough to be in the rotation at wideout. He's a player. He's a tough player. He's got a bright future. And I'm telling you right now, his kid's, he's just a redshirt freshman, so he's not Sammy Watkins yet or anything like that. But he's going to have a nice career if he stays healthy. He'll be a guy that, you know, a couple years from now, y'all will all be asking me about. He's a good football player, and we're just fortunate that he, by the way, can punt it pretty good. Teasdall has been incredibly consistent. You know, really since bowl practice. I mean, it's just like once he knew he got a chance to be the guy, he went to a whole nother level, and he has not taken his foot off the throttle, you know, since then. But I'm very encouraged that Renfro gives us another guy that can be a solid punter. He's got a strong leg, but he just, you know, he's a technical mess. You know, he just grabs it and booms it. You know, in order to know where it's going, and he's got one gear, and that's just wide open. You know, don't ask him to drop it inside the 20 and things like that. We're not there with him yet, but he does have talent. But he'll be a definite factor for us from a special teams and a receiver rotation type of guy.
And watching that wind drill today, C.J. Filler just jumped out at me. Is it going to be hard to keep him off the football field in the fall?
Well, I hope so. I hope it's hard to keep them all off the field. That's the type of competition we've had. And you know, you watch our scrimmage out there, and boom, there goes Dye. Boom, there goes Gallman. Here comes Fuller. I mean, they're all, here comes Zach. I mean, they're all making plays. They're all making. C.J. Davidson had a great run today, a great run. And, you know, so it's just, they got to maximize their opportunities. And that's where we are right now. Long way to go between now and September when it gets game time. But I'm very encouraged by Fuller. I mean, I think this summer is huge for him, just furthering, you know, his development physically. But he's a tough guy to tackle.